Alrighty guys, this week is Bristol, but we have a lot of news to talk about, so let's just go ahead and jump right into this. The first piece of news that I want to deliver to you guys is that the driver of the number 38 for Front Row Motorsports is officially retiring at the end of the season. David Reagan, yes, that's right, the driver of the number 38, posted on Twitter, Instagram, whatever, that he would be retiring, just to be with his family and stuff. I find that very unfortunate. I thought at least that he was always a good little driver, at least a good little restrictor plate driver. Obviously had his time with Roush Fenway Racing and had a few starts when Kyle Busch was suspended, or maybe it was when he was injured. I don't know. He filled in for Kyle Busch at one point in like 2013 or 14, I think it was. And obviously he's had his time with Michael Waltrip Racing or whatever in 2015 in the 55. So he's had his share of rides. He's also went to BK Racing, but his main place was Front Row. He used to be in the 34. And then back in 17, he came back and he was in the 38. So, unfortunate we see another driver retiring. I didn't think we would see another one for at least this year. But from some fans' speculation in the way David Reagan had worded his retirement, they have maybe speculated that he was actually going to get kicked out of his ride and maybe replaced with a Clint Bowyer. I see this as a little likely because Clint Bowyer has been absolute trash these last couple of months, and I like Clint Bowyer, but he's been nothing but trash. And it's unfortunate. I do like Clint Bowyer, but if that is the case, then I believe Cole Custer will take his spot. But we're also needing to talk about Daniel Suarez. He's also right there below that cut line, 6 points out to be exact. Another Stewart-Haas car and driver. If he misses the playoffs for the third time, and amazing equipment, of course, Joe Gibbs missed it twice. Now Stewart-Haas missing it. This could look like the end for Daniel Suarez and his NASCAR career in the big-time leagues with big-time teams, if you want to call it that. It's unfortunate. I think Daniel Suarez has an awesome personality. I think he's an okay driver. He was pretty consistent throughout the beginning of the year. Really started to impress, getting some top 10s, getting some top 5s, even running in the lead at some points. I really thought he made an improvement, but something happened to him kind of late in the year here, and he's been struggling just like Clint Bowyer, a little less than Clint Bowyer. Clint Bowyer has definitely struggled a lot. I'm surprised he's even above Daniel, but it's just unfortunate for both of those drivers, and they could both be out of their rides at the end of this year. We'll have to see, but I really think Clint Bowyer at this point, I didn't think so in the beginning of the year because he looked so strong, but this could be the end for Clint Bowyer. And if Clint Bowyer even accepts the ride at Front Row, if that's where he is actually going, it's just unfortunate. He could also retire. You know, we could see another driver retire. I think he's getting up there a little bit. I don't think he's either in his late 30s or early 40s. I don't think he's in his 40s yet, though. But I'd have to look that up. But yeah, that's unfortunate. With other news, we also have to talk about the 95 of Levine Family Racing and Matt DiBenedetto. Unfortunately, Matt has been released from the 95 at the end of this year, apparently to make room for Christopher Bell. I'm not going to deny this. More talented driver, deserves a ride, but this is just the wrong way to do it. Matt DiBenedetto has been doing such a great job taking that 95 and placing it in places that it shouldn't be, even with Joe Gibbs' equipment. They definitely have been looking like the same 95 that they had last year. Maybe a little bit of an improvement. But Matt Benedetto, man, he worked so hard to get this ride, and it's just unfortunate to see him get kicked out. Again, Christopher Bell's an amazing driver, but I think they should have opened up the 59 car. Maybe they couldn't find sponsoring or whatever, but kicking Matt Benedetto out, who really actually worked for that ride. Not that Christopher Bell hasn't, but I mean, Matt Benedetto was stuck with Go Fast Racing and BK Racing at one point. He just deserved that ride. And he's been doing such an amazing job, especially at Daytona. He impressed us all. It's just unfortunate. It really is, and I really hope he can land another top ride. I even said maybe he'd go to the 38 until some people mentioned clipboard. I thought to myself, yeah, that makes a little bit more sense. Matt Benedetto, they're talking about going to take him into the Xfinity Series. That's such a low point for him. I mean, yeah, being in the Cup team with low-funded teams is awful, but at least he's in the Cup Series, right? Now he's going back down to the Xfinity Series if that's actually going to happen. That's pretty sad to see. So I wish the best for Matt Benedetto in his future. I really hope he can land another top ride, or at least another ride in the Cup Series at some point. With the Toyota teams that are around, I can't really see anything pop up. Maybe there's only one hope for Matt Benedetto, and that's probably won't make any sense to most of you, but if Ream moves up in the Cup Series with Christopher Bell, maybe Procore talks to Levine Family Racing, and maybe they reconsider Matt Benedetto. Maybe they'll put him in the 95, but that's the only real way I can see him being in the Cup Series, unless another team pops up and maybe he goes with Extreme Concepts Racing. We forgot that Joe Gibbs Racing affiliated team wants a Cup Series very soon. Well, I talked about maybe Christopher Bell going there. Maybe Matt Benedetto goes there. I don't know. Maybe IK9 stays on that car. Yeah, that's not happening because IK9 completely demolished their contract with that. I don't know. Unfortunately, Matt Benedetto, though, doesn't have a ride. And one last piece of news, you may see it in the title. Dale Earnhardt Jr., his wife, and his kid were involved in an airplane crash that happened, what was it, Wednesday or Thursday. This was scary news for all NASCAR fans, for sure. Apparently the plane was just about to take off, and it ran off the runway and had crashed. Everybody was okay. The pilot, of course, Dale Jr. and his family. Very, very scary moment. When I heard about it, the first thing I thought was, is he okay? Of course he was. He was transferred into a hospital, which is good. And he's okay. Apparently he made a stop at Bristol for the truck race, Thursday night, which Brett Moffitt won, by the way. But I just can't imagine what would happen if it ended up a little differently. I mean, the NASCAR world probably would have exploded, along with the news, media, and everything else. So, very thankful that didn't happen. Of course, he was and still is my favorite driver. Of course, he will be running in Darlington here in a few weeks. So, very thankful he's okay, and I hope he can make it to that race. So, well wishes to all their family. Hopefully, they all heal up pretty soon. I'm glad it wasn't any more severe. So, with that all out of the way, wow, 9 minutes already, jeez. We need to talk about Bristol. Should be an awesome race. It usually is. I know spring was pretty good. I watched the truck race Thursday night. I did. It was good. I really thought it was good. Brett Moffitt, like I said, won. It was between him and Ross Chastain, who really had a great battle. Then Ross Chastain got like a penalty or something, but it was a great race. Really enjoyed it. I hope the Cup Series does a little bit better. They usually put on a great show here at Bristol with the PJ1, the traction compound on the bottom to make it a 2-groove racetrack, which I really like. And I do have a special pick. I think Ryan Blaney, yes, Ryan Blaney is going to win this race. He's been strong here. He was, I believe, was he strong here at the beginning of the spring race? I think he was. I know he's been strong here before, and with that Penske engine under the hood, I really think that Ryan Blaney could take the checkered flag. I want to say Kyle Larson or Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch is probably your first bet, but I want to pick somebody different, so don't count Kyle Busch out. Brad Keselowski's been okay here. Joey Logano, of course, is always a name to throw in the hat. But I wanted to pick Kyle Larson. I picked him last time, but with the struggles I had this year, I just don't. And this is one of Kyle Larson's strongest tracks. But yeah, so I think Ryan Blaney will win. He needs a win. I always count this out, but he did win the Roval last season. But if that wreck didn't happen, he wouldn't have had a win in the 12 car last year, and that would have looked really bad. So I guess he got lucky, right? Well, either way, it was a lucky win. But Ryan Blaney needs a win. All of his other teammates have more than one win. I think Ryan Blaney needs to show what he can do, and I think Bristol is the perfect place for him to do so. So that's my show, guys. A lot of news and good picks. So thank you all so much for watching. Please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe for more. Follow me on all the socials, links in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Tonight is Bristol, depending on when this goes up. So, yeah, there you go. Peace.